Shine light tonight. It's just the moon and stars and help me up. Help me up. Shine light tonight. It's just the moon and stars and help me up. To ease our minds. Shine light tonight. It's just the moon and stars and help me up. Help me up. Shine light tonight. It's just the moon and stars and help me up. To ease our minds. Help us.
My name is Trak. I'm a rapper producer living in Doha, Qatar.
Same club, same grub, same time, you know what's up. Same shit you been scared of, but the same shit I love to pop. Same name you bringing up, but the same one that don't give a fuck. Same lane you riding up, my same lane 10 times as much. All that and you wanna have it, I had to grab it, okay. You just as average these whack bastards who want magic to play.
This is MC4. My real name is Fuad Ballan. I'm a computer engineer and I work as a youth development officer. And also I'm a certified body language and communication skill trainer.
انت سلمى حيك انا انطونيو بندارس انا مستقبلك حيقرب عندي مدارس انا ظلام حالك انت ظلال انوار باريس ارفح انا الك هرس عالي واعي لامي صادر غير باع القضيه سامي وحركي مش لاسع سره باتع شكله مازل قلب قامع خالع فرصه تاني مش طامع مش راضي يكون طائع جاي دايما بعرف شو بدي تارجت لاك ركز على هدف واحد خليه لاك معي شكله.
My name is Aattiya Diab, aka Sudalove. I'm 28 years old. I'm originally Sudanese. I've lived in Doha for 21 years and counting.
My name is Abdullah. My nickname is BSophostique. I've been dancing for like 4 years.
My name is Mars and I'm a rapper, singer, / designer. Originally from Egypt but born and raised in Doha, Qatar.
I'm too worthy. Pots put the boy in his school too early. Had a young age, but they feel like I'm 30. So tell them I can see him when they playing too dirty. But the team good, happy y'all couldn't walk in my shoes, even put on my jersey for real. Goddamn, what a pity. Began with a fitty. A man so gritty, got a plan for the city. In the middle of the east with a beast, got a belly in the middle of the foot. Sound trust.
So my name's Adile Adedoyin Babatunde, aka Niyod. I've been making music for about 6 years now. I'm from Nigeria.
Mama told me, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta be these, gotta be that. People saying, gotta be this, gotta be that, gotta be these, gotta be that. But I just wanna be me. Get my music in radio, let it back to your stereo. My music sick like malaria. You can play it in your area. Put my man where my money at. Put my money where my family at. And then I get my mind right up. And the limit, I'ma fly y'all. In the sky, I'ma star y'all. Through the night, I'ma shine y'all.
My name is Ahmed Hassan Aattiya. Everyone in the scene knows me as Aattiya. I am a musician. I am the founder of Musicians in Qatar, which is a social platform for musicians to showcase their work on social media, Instagram, Facebook, we're everywhere.
Nasser Abdurrahman. In the free time I'm a rapper, but in the full-time job I'm electrical engineering student.
هيب هوب ديب انا بنتج يا شوية رابرز بلاستيك مع الموجة بتروحوا وتيجوا بوكسر باستيك معلش نسيت انا بخاطب عقليات مريضة وانا الراب في حياتي كمان فريضة قليل اللي يفهم مزيكا الهيب هوب في بلدك صفر طفرات اللي فاهمين الثقافة بنسبة كسر اصل الرك مش على القلم الرك على اللي ماسكه بيسموك على الايقاع ينتج بيتولد.
My name is Mohammed Mansour and my friends call me Myth. I've been dancing like for 10 years.
So my name is Kamil, aka Kamilot. I'm from Morocco. I'm BBoy.
Hip hop is all that you see in the streets, explained it in some way in art. Hip hop has 5 elements: rapping, breakdancing, DJing, b-boying, and the knowledge. Actually, the knowledge introduced by KRS-One. He always said that in his tracks. And later on, that Big Hass from Saudi Arabia, he explained too much on the radio about you should have that knowledge in hip hop to actually to understand what's happening around you. This is hip hop.
Hip hop for me is a way to express your ideas. It's a way for a person to reflect on what's happening in his life, and it has a message.
Hip hop is a great big culture that inspires a lot of people in so many ways.
Hip hop for me, it's love, life, sharing, and support.
It's self-expression. Hip hop is self-expression, fam. That's it.
Hip hop is a lifestyle and a movement, and there's so many elements to it. Be it music, arts, dancing. It's a lifestyle.
So hip hop is a culture. It's a lifestyle, a way of expressing yourself, the type of music that you listen to.
Hip hop is everything to me. It make me get out of my box and do what I want and make me free.
It's self-expression, and in sort of a rebellious way, like uncensored.
In every sense, it's a movement, like body movement, language movement, even the culture itself is a movement. It started as a rebellious movement where people were against the whole fact of society putting strains on you, and then you just go and rebel against it.
I think I've introduced something new to Doha, which is graffiti. Especially if an Arab female doing graffiti. It's very unique.
I'm a dancer to create a new style in hip hop to inspire people.
I'm hip hop in the sense of the type of music that I listen to and the type of music that I make is hip hop. Mixed with a little bit of Afro beat and just Afro fusion or something like that.
I'm hip hop by inspiring people how to dance and teach them how to dance.
Rap for me is life. I can't breathe without rap. And with the word rap, people don't know what the word rap actually means. The word rap means rhythm and poetry. The rhythm with the poetry, somehow you're gonna configure out to make a song, and you are actually write a poetry. And this is how the missing point about the poetry, that the poetry came from Arabs. Actually, in the Prophet Muhammad period, there was souk akaz. The guys going there and just battling the streets in acapellas, the originally Arabic language.
I'm an artist in a lot of ways. Other than hip hop, I'm a designer, so I express in that sort of visual form as well. I really don't like authority. It's a big thing about being told what to do that just gets me. So I think a huge part of that is because if you remember the story of hip hop starting, a lot of it was just in a rebellious way. You will accept me for who I am, or you will acknowledge my existence. If you think on the story of hip hop from the beginning, I'm talking back in the 80s, it's literally the same thing but in Doha. That's exactly what's happening right now. We're trying to create something out of nothing. When you watch these documentaries and you see the stories, it's hilariously accurate. It's exactly the same thing, minus the drugs and all that, the gangbanging.
I'm kind of the invisible hand of hip hop. Yes, there's 5 arcans of performance and showcase. However, there's always this hand that is not in control, but they're the connectors. We connect all the 5 arkan together. The only way you can connect all of them together is by finding that one person who can see how all of them can collaborate, and then create an environment where collaboration will optimize the result or make something look fancy or crazy good.
I like always to have a message in the middle and between. But the way I do it, there's a lot of metaphors in my rap, and I like for the listener to think behind the plain line. I always don't forget to have fun while I'm doing it. If you stop having fun whenever you're doing something, it's dead.
So I start from 2000. As a dancer, b-boying, the first time that I see a b-boy who practice in the street, something strange, something special for my life. They support each other. They help each other. For example, if there is any competition, in other city, they help each other from money, from everything.
Doing what I do and like being part of the culture, just by like encouraging others to do the same and get involved and like, make music or write or dance, kind of feeding off each other's energy in like different art forms. I think that's always dope. Plus, I spit hot fire.
Whenever you approach people and tell them that, oh, I'm a rapper, there is some behavior attached to the word rapper. A lot of stereotypes, they will just directly judge you.
He's trying to copy the West. That's what what it's looked upon. Or like he's trying to be gangsta, which is sort of neither the case. And when you listen to the music, it is me, even at a work level. A lot of times people will be like, oh, Hamad, he does this and that, but he also raps. It's said in that way, like, could you believe it kind of thing. My parents, like at first they were confused, like, why is this kid shouting in his room at 3 a.m. in the morning, right? And like, because you had that shitty mic, like a built-in laptop mic. You can only record like at a certain time when everyone's asleep, so they're like, what the fuck is this kid doing? And then they walk in, there's a lot of takes that I had to like delete, and there's like my mom's voice at the end, like with the door, like, what are you doing? I'm like, you gotta delete that shit.
My mom, she's a teacher and she wants me to like have a college degree and stuff. So for me to right now be able to make music, I had to like go through 4 years in the university, and I don't even have to use my college degree to like go into the studio to record and all that. And now I can make music, and it's kind of like a long journey for me.
As many people, parents have very restrictive side when it comes to hip hop. As a matter of fact, the fact that it's rebellious, they think that it will get you in trouble. It means that you're gonna go to the street and do something wrong. It's not important, it won't take you anywhere. No one makes money out of being a musician. But I started stepping it more outside and trying to do my own thing when it comes to organizing events. This is a place that deserves effort and it deserves a lot of commitment, because it's a place that can grow. Yes, my parents cannot see it, or the society cannot see it. They don't understand that the beauty of hip-hop is what you deliver and the message that you're trying to deliver.
They didn't accept the fact that I'm a dancer. I had a lot of problem almost for a year. I actually had to stop for a few months. Now, with the time, they accept the way I'm living.
Yo, like out here, the culture is whack as hell. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, man. I think when you get into it, like I started getting into it like for real, like 15. And then at that age, your family are like, it's just like a phase. Oh, that's cute, you know what I mean? No one like takes you seriously. This guy's like crazy. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. What about your future? Go be a doctor or be engineer or like some other like bullshit, whatever.
My family was a little bit disappointed, but when you live in a society that do not support these things, you do not understand how hip-hop culture goes. So I had to explain everything, and now it's fine.
This part of the world, I had to keep on explaining what graffiti is and why I'm doing it. While I'm actually painting, I always have to stop and explain to somebody I'm not doing something illegal. My family didn't understand it just like everybody else in the beginning, but then when I started doing it and doing it as a profession, they were very supportive, and every time we travel, everyone knows to carry my spray paint for me or with me.
When I start rapping in 2010. From the family side, oh come on, this is haram. You cannot do that. After 2 years, when I go to perform, my family came and they had just like, we are pleasure of you. Okay, you're a good artist, you're a good rapper, but this is a new thing for us. And their mainly point is only about do not speak politics, do not say bad words. If you live in the streets and every day all the people get in the streets, we all speak politics, we all say bad words to each other, it's not that harmful thing. If you are under 18, don't listen. There's a notice about that.
So when they saw me practicing, they fight to stop me. As you know, the parents, they always look for something good for you, something good for your life. I need to go away far from my family to practice. I need to sacrifice to sleep outside, to stay with my friend. It's like a punishment from my family. So when I start B-boying, I was like short person. So when I start to practice, so they saw that there is something happen for the body. So it's something good for the health. So from that time, they start to support me.
I became who I am right now, from the rap actually. I train it very well. I finish about 6 notebooks, writing lyrics all the time, reading about hip-hop all the time, watching documentary moving about hip-hop. Back in the years, 6 or 7 years ago, I don't know anything about politics. I don't know anything about the streets, about the hip-hop culture mainly. So now I can speak, and when I meet a hip-hop head, we had a long talk.
It helped me break a boundary and this notion that a female's place is at home or in the kitchen or just waiting to get married someday. I think it made me a lot more independent, obviously, and a lot more confident. I love what I do. I mean, every time I paint, I forget everything else. The boundaries that people put for a female, especially an Arab Muslim female. I think I helped break that boundary, and hopefully I've influenced or inspired other females to go in that path, to discover other things that they can do rather than the normal stuff that is expected of you as a female.
I achieved a lot of things like knowing more people, having friends, and being more sociable person, and being effective and hard worker.
Just being confident with my lifestyle. Like I can express myself. I can write a song. I can, express my thought. And the same thing with people playing music and DJing and painting and graffiti and dancing and stuff.
Sanity. I think sanity. Like just keeping my shit together, man. Cause like it gets a bit retarded out here sometimes. So on a music level, like I've been fortunate enough to like do a bunch of shows, open up for a couple people, been played on the radio. That's always nice.
Actually, dancing makes you feel everything around you. When you sad, you dance. When you're happier, dance. Dance is everything. I was in a dance competition and I won the 2nd place. There were thousands of people and I didn't think I can make it at first. Will is a skill, when you decide to do something, trust me, you can. And hip-hop culture, when you love it, it just makes you a better person.
I have had opportunities that many third-party companies would come and ask me to organize events. So when they come and ask me to do it, I will willingly do it, but I would put more into them than they are actually doing. I would ask for financial support that they're like, they don't believe that it's feasible to do it, because now why pay a musician while he can come and market himself? But I find it to be bullshit, to be honest. Because I find it to be bullshit, and I believe that musicians and artists should be paid for their work because of the amount of commitment they put into it. I believe that that's how I got some type of respect when I was networking with the many artists, because I come from the same perspective that they were in, because I have done free shows before. I want you to do this gig and I will pay you for it. If it's something that you like, many artists will tell you, no, I don't need to get paid for this, it's my love, it's my passion, I'll do it anyways. But at least the offer is important.
We start, only in the street. There is no school, it's like a wildlife. We practice without basic, and we hurt ourselves too much. So after like 5 years, we understand the culture, the real culture, about warm up, about what you need to do for your body to grow, for the level to go up. The most important thing, it's not about to win or something. It's about to share your knowledge, to meet new friends. In Morocco, there is, huge big things. So it's like the hip hop in general, he saved me from that dark life.
Made me a lot more aware of myself as a person, because a lot of times when when you say something out loud, it's, oh, it sounds different or it sounds better. That's sort of the way. Like a lot, like imagine having to sit down and write every thought you've had. Could you look back 5 years ago and like if you think of a conversation that you've had back then, you probably won't remember every single conversation that you've had. But the way I'm doing, like when you write music, you're straight up writing like thoughts and ideas that you had. So you can, if you put that all next to each other, you can see how much you've grown as a person. So I think definitely self-awareness.
First of all, is a way for me to express myself. Since I'm a youth developer and a body language trainer, so whenever I'm around people or in a workshop, I need to stick to a certain words and stick to a certain way of talking. And whenever I'm writing a track, it's me. It's all me. I feel comfortable. I feel free. It made me express myself the way I really like. Second thing is connections. As a hip-hop artist, you need to deal with people with respect, with care. You need to understand. You need to support other hip-hop rappers, and you need to show them support, and you really understand, and collaboration. And meeting you, Tim, for example, like it's a connection. The way you handle yourself, it made me connect with other people. Thirdly and finally, it made me confident. It made me more approachable and know how to deal with people the way they really like. So I would thank hip hop for this.
Do not fully support the hip-hop culture. Sometimes people do not accept what you do, what you dance. Like people came to you, what are you doing? You must have some struggles to convince people that hip-hop is not a violent thing. It's a good place, it's a good culture.
Not being recognized, and show promoters, DJs that don't recognize hip-hop artists there, and you know, they go overseas, they bring this hip-hop artists and they pay them lots of money, and they can't even like pay like a penny to like the hip-hop artists there to even open up shows.
Let's say I dance in a mall. The security catch me up and told me to stop dancing, and they might even arrest me just because I'm dancing.
As I said, and I will always say, this is a fresh area, so we need only to support and help each other. You don't feel that there is some support from other people. Hip-hop is a support, so if we didn't support each other, we cannot reach any level.
I know a lot of other hip-hop artists in Kuwait, in Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia. You can see the recognition they have there and the support they get. For some reason in Doha, if you did not get the recognition of somebody outside and you're killing it here, you rarely see the recognition. Some hip-hop artists, they don't want to help each other and they think that they are the next shit, and especially in Doha, we need to stick together and we need to be one hand, and we need to show people that Doha can have a quality killing game in hip-hop.
No performances. This is the worst thing actually. And there is no collaborations. The best element of hip-hop in Doha is the BBoying. They actually representing Qatar and representing Egypt and different countries from their crew, traveling, do tours. Now I don't know where they gone.
Imagine you went to the States and you started rapping in Arabic. What do you think the reaction is gonna be? Like, what do you think your penetration level is gonna be like? You know, you're gonna definitely face a lot of obstacles because you have that language barrier, and I think that's the biggest issue that we have here. Qatar is obviously like different because it's trying to do this whole international thing, so in a way it is more acceptable, I guess, that you're rapping in English in Qatar because, you know, they're supposed to be on an international standard like Dubai or etc. If the general public doesn't speak the language that you're rapping in, no one's gonna really understand. You're catering to people who like hip-hop that speak English in Doha. There is a barrier that you have to break, you know, and I don't know what the solution to that is yet. I'm trying to figure it out. There is a cultural problem, not just because of in the culture itself, but in what we're doing.
If like the event company or whatever announces the show, like, oh, you know, I know this dude, we gotta go to the show. If I announce the show, it's like whatever. You get what I'm saying? And it's weird because it's the same show, but just like who you hear it from makes a huge difference. the culture is like fragmented as hell. So either like people are just like doing it for fun or not taking it like as serious as they're supposed to, or they're taking it really seriously but maybe like the talent or the push isn't there. There's power in numbers and we don't have the numbers, right? It's tough. And then there's this connotation of like, oh, hip-hop's gangster.
Just copying blindly what you see in hip-hop, in TV, in the West or in the States or whatever is very different from how we should be doing out here. It's not always just copy-paste. You need to sculpt things, you know, to make it fit into your environment. While I'm doing graffiti, a lot of people stop by, like I said, and some people, they won't look at the artwork. They'll just focus on that, just you being a female doing that. And then they would take pictures, and I don't know if these pictures are of me or of the work. The cost of the equipment is skyrocketed. It's 75 reals for a can, 65, 75 reals. Whereas in other places, I think it's like 20 reals or 15 reals for a can.
We don't lack content. We have many creatives around Qatar that are actually pushing towards delivering their message. Chuck, Moyes, Adel Basha, many artists are around there. If you want to talk about hip-hop rappers, graffiti artists, Mubarak, Asil. What they lack is local support. They try to talk to them with the message, but they do not appreciate it or they're not support it, so they start looking outside. Oh, I am gonna make an album or I'm gonna make a piece, but it's not designed for Qatar, it's not catered to Qatar, it's catered to another country. Why? They live in this country, they're part of this country, so they should get the local support that they deserve.
If we're talking about places like New York or LA or even London, there's a large community, there's like, and it's not just rap, it's just like the entire hip-hop culture. So there's radio stations that are looking for local artists put on the map. There's open mic nights, there's whatever, you know, like the whole kind of layout is there, and it's just up to you as like an artist of whatever sort to like do as much work as you possibly can to reach your goal. But the lane is there, you know, you just need to hop on it. Here, is no lane. It's like a big desert and you're still like literally putting brick to brick on the damn road to make your own lane. And then every couple of minutes, someone will come and be like, no, sorry, no construction here. And you gotta like find another lane.
We are trying to innovate and to experiment with new things here. We always try to experiment. We have some sick producers here in the Middle East. We stick to the foundations. You know, there is some foundations in hip hop. You can't just break. You can't just go and write a track just mumbling about, I don't know, about girls. And what really makes me sad is people are neglecting now the key aspect of hip hop. Even if you check the top songs now, you will see that, I don't want to say garbage lyrics or garbage tracks, but you know how rappers has been called MCs? Because before, when a party is shit, they would call the rapper an MC to light them up. A hip-hop artist should have charisma, should have lyrics, should have all these stuff, and I hope it come back again. Not some little kids talking about nothing. Sometimes I don't understand what they're singing, you know?
Graffiti, I think some people are bringing it into, I've seen some graffiti with the Butula, Qatari thing that you wear on your face. I've seen Sheikh Hamad, I've seen a lot of people doing graffiti in Arabic. The Arabic font itself has many different variations to it. So it's all about playing with this.
Staying true to yourself. I think that's the most important thing. Just being yourself and doing your thing, and you don't need to care about what people say or what they think about you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you're who you are, and you just have to be able to express yourself.
They don't see that there is potential in what they're doing because they don't see that like when you give something, you expect something back, and they've been giving, and they don't get anything back. So a lot of them actually end up just stopping. I think it's still in like the 80s. We might as well just go out in the park and like put out speakers and just start performing there, and like, you know, because it is still like a baby scene. The people that actually do it, that are involved in the culture, are like 4 or 5 people. And out here, because of the nature of things are, the audience that actually listens to the hip hop that we do or that are exposed to this culture don't stay here long enough.
The hip hop in here in Qatar is a little bit closed comparing to other countries. Like Dubai is so open. Most of shows do not allow this hip hop dance. There are people actually on the scene that can control these events, and they can have us there, but they don't.
First, we can compare Qatar to GCC countries. Qatar is the weakest one, to be honest, actually. If you compare Qatar to Saudi Arabia hip hop there is crazy. These guys don't have the streets to go to rap in, but they do. And once the police came, everybody ran away. If we can say that in the second place, Kuwait come. Kuwait is very good in hip hop. Bunch of good rappers. Bahrain, you see how Outlaw represent hip hop now. Outlaw and Flip Parachi make crazy things. This is not the good hip hop you see from them because they doing commercial. In Qatar, there is a bunch of good rappers. Actually, they are all perfect. And they're all experienced and they know what they say and they know what to do. But there's no collaborations. I will tell you a story that, okay guys, come on, WhatsApp group. Okay, we're gonna do a cypher for Qatar hip hop. This project is still stuck for 1 year. They are too lazy and busy with things, I don't know why.
Comparing Qatar hip hop culture with the other countries, it's not that good actually. I have a lot of friends who stopped dancing because the culture is going down.
I discuss with many talents. They need only this, this push from the people who support this culture. As many person here, they take the hip hop culture with like a commercial life. It's not something from the heart, only to show himself that I'm b-boying or I'm rappers or something like that.
You'll see a lot of young talents trying to motivate themselves to send a message. And in many countries, it will be appreciated. In this country, still needs some developing. Hip-hop scene in Qatar, there is so many possibilities for growth, and I believe people should start tapping into it. I appreciate all the work, the hard work that is made by all the people who are members of the 5 Arkan when it comes to hip-hop, graffiti and everything, because although all the boundaries when it comes to support, because it saddens when you try to do something and you work so hard on it and then at the end, no one gives a shit. And one thing else I want to mention about the hip-hop scene in Qatar, collaboration is important. Do not develop ego from an early stage, because if you develop that ego, there is no place in Qatar that will just take you and be like, oh, I'll make you a great artist. It's not the US. Like, I'll come out like, you're good, I'm taking you. Screw all the other people. You'll do fine on your own. This is not the place where that will work. It's a place where if you collaborate, you'll be more appreciated.
No one's completely finished the game from this side of the world. So whoever is out there right now trying to do this as a talent have to sort of, make their own way, make their own road, and make their own blueprints.
There's a very limited audience to the entire hip hop movement here. Not everyone understands it and not everyone vibes to it. So there's always a problem of marketing and getting people to show up to these kind of things here.
Well, I think the people in Qatar that try to sound like those people in America that do trap music and what's trending in America, I think they're trying to maybe they want to get the international recognition, which I don't know if it's cool or if it's not, but I know as an artist you should be able to express yourself, your type of music, you should be unique and just do your thing.
I think a lot of them come into this thing and they're just doing it for fun, right? And then they start to okay, maybe there's a possibility to do this as a living. It's harder than a full-time job, right? If you're spending 8 to 10 hours of your full-time job, you're gonna end up spending, because it's not a hobby anymore. It's a direction. So people get lazy, right? People don't want to put all the effort, which is why not everyone's a damn artist or an actor or an ultimate painter or whatever the fuck it may be. The ones who are not lazy, they're actually putting in some sort of work and trying to do as much as they humanly can only do so far until acknowledgement becomes like a critical factor to that, right? Because you can have the hottest thing on the streets, right? Can be like the best rapper, best dancer on the planet, but if no one knows that, like whether it's through like promotion, marketing, or like just through validation of peers, then where's it gonna go?
There is many b-boys. They are good to push the movement to go up. We need to do something like competitions, battles, to give the idea for the people.
They are used to a specific genre of hip hop, or they used to a specific scheme of hip hop. For example, like da 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 da, like a specific speed and specific tempo. They hate change. When I showed up on the Sweet 16 track, I'm not used to rapping fast. I'm not used to different flows. And one of the guys told me, you know, you are not used to having too many metaphors on a track. When I told him what does the metaphors mean, he really got blowed. يعني لما أنزل على الساحة بيسموني Buzz Lightyear لأنه لما تشوفني حيصير عندك white hair. One time I said مخزن فرساتي غني بيسموني بروس وين كبران راسك لحد ما أجي أحكي لك مكانك وين. And it's really nice when people showed up and you said, man, that's a sick metaphor. How do you think about that?
Actually, 80% of the people who really copy other dancers, they don't get inspired, they just copy, and this is really bad. It's going down.
We have a lot of raw talent, needs developing. I'm not gonna say we're the greatest because then people will start actually to develop ego. We do not talk about political problems. Maybe some rappers talk about their political problems back at home. The core message of hip hop is for me to reach out to you, collaborate, make everyone tap into it. Everyone will appreciate you more and everyone will feel a sense of belonging together. As an artist, I will stop catering my things for the outside. Hip hop is not a place where you can make a patent on an idea. If you do something and someone can do it better, that means that you need developing. That does not mean that he's a shitty person. So stop developing egos and you will go somewhere. People are starting to go around with it and they're working well. Look up to them. Do not go and envy them. Oh, it's easier for them. The country is more responsive. That shit does not work. That just shows me that you're weak and that shows me that you don't have the enough will to do whatever you want.
Dancing here is losing motivation because there's no sponsors, we don't have anything to get motivated by.
Early in 2009 till 2012, the scene was great. Actually, there is a movement on the street. If you went to Corniche every Friday when we was in high school, we actually go and make battle, freestyle battle there. People came from all the Corniche to see what actually they are saying. After the revolutions and what's happening and world changes and everybody enter university and go out and traveling and see how life goes, hip hop go down. Nobody listen from us. Like if you listen to the tracks and the songs from 2010, come now and compare 2016, for example, the level becomes up. We grow up, we understand how it goes.
My dream is to see the young people dancing, rapping, doing graffiti. It's my dream to see the hip hop culture with the real way.
Do this full time and make like a decent living, at least. Like that's my like. If like I go for the moon and I land in the stars. If I get to the moon, like I wanna be a #1 artist, man. That's what I wanna do. Like no joke. I'm not even gonna front about it. Like fuck all that humble ass shit, bro. Like I'm gunning for whoever's #1 at the time. Legit. That's what the fuck I wanna do. I don't wanna do none of this 9-to-5 bullshit. I'm good.
My dream in dancing, just to meet the one who I got inspired by, YD from Criminals, and beat him.
Become #1 in the Middle East. This is my area, this is my people, this who understand my language and who understand my explanations that I say for them, and who understand the case I'm talking about. I'm talking about people, I'm talking about streets, I'm talking about politics.
To be worldwide known and to inspire people to get inspired by other people, to do shows, to do workshops, to make people learn actually what hip hop is as a culture.
For us to be actually one, which is the main reason why hip hop exists, is for unity. I see a lot of friendly faces when it comes to the hip hop scene, and it's great. It's a show of respect. like appreciate your fellow person that is working with you. So because I have seen a lot of issues happen between artists and artists rather than artists and locals, or like artists and audience. I just want Qatar to be one of those countries that I can go to a concert every weekend. Not a concert of someone outside because, oh, I'm so crazy happy about commercial people coming over. I want to support my local people. Where are my people?
I'm thinking like legacy-wise. Like I want to have a catalog that people can jam to, like, and people can like remember, like even after I die, or even if I'm like an old fart that's like, you know, I'm an old guy that's not like, you know, like a Jay-Z kind of figure. Like I want that because I don't just want to be a rapper. I'm an artist in that sense, and then I'm also like a businessman. So I want that side of it too.
I want to be in a stage where like I can work with, like, you know, hip hop artists. They know like what they're doing, you know, and just be able to create like good music and stay in that lane of, you know, being hip hop and not trying to sound like somebody else.
Breaking that boundary between the West and the Arab world is important, especially introducing the females, because they always have this idea that we're oppressed and just not having the freedom to do what we want. And I think I bring in something different in that sense, that it's not just people supporting me, it's also my family and where I come from, which is Sudan. I just want it to be in a more international and global level, so I can get to meet other people from doing what I do.
It's a culture in itself, and it's based on respect, it's based on recognition, it's based on collaboration. Just strip us from the stereotypes of a rapper and just look at our art. Even when hip-hop started, it was a way of expression, and we are here to keep expressing ourselves. No matter the way, no matter the beat, no matter the lyrics, you will find that we are expressing ourselves. We are representing ourselves, and we're representing our culture, and we're representing our society. And I hope one day people will notice that we have a message that we need to deliver.